You've spent months, maybe even years, grinding for the perfect GMAT score. You've heard that a 730 or higher is what you need for a top MBA program. But what if I told you that once you hit a certain score, admission committees at Harvard, Cornell, and Wharton start looking for something completely different? As an Ivy League MBA, I've seen plenty of people with sky-high scores get rejected because they were missing the very skills we're about to walk through. Here's the truth. While Harvard's median GMAT is 740, consider that accepted students range from 540 to 790. So what separates the admits from the rejects? Today we're pulling back the curtain on the non-academic skills AdComs value more than the perfect score. You'll hear schools talk about holistic review all the time. Here's what it actually means. They're not looking for the 500 best test takers. They're building a team the same way a coach builds a championship roster. Think of your GMAT as the cover letter that gets your foot in the door. Because once you're inside, the rules change. Now they want to know, will you enrich the classroom? Will you crush it in your post-MBA roles? And will you become a leader they're proud to claim? Your GMAT shows you can handle the academics, but it's these next skills, your encore performance, that earn you the spot. Your GMAT is the ticket to the stadium. It gets you inside, but these skills, they prove you can actually play the game. Now, most applicants panic because they don't manage a team. That's fine, because AdComs don't care about titles. They care about influence, initiative, and impact. Leadership is simple. You see a problem, you take ownership, and you get people to move with you towards that solution. I once led an initiative inside our organization to help the sales team act on real-time customer data. I didn't have direct authority over anyone, but I saw the opportunity that if reps were alerted instantly when key customers showed intent signals, they could close deals faster. I worked with my team to pull the data, created the first prototype, and then rallied sales leaders, operations, and IT to test it with a small pilot group. Within weeks, the pilot team was converting leads faster and reporting better customer engagement. That's leadership. No title, no mandate, just initiative and influence. Leadership without a title is like directing traffic at a busy intersection. Nobody works for you, but the entire flow depends on your presence. Now, skill number 2 is initiative and impact. Top MBA programs don't want passive task doers. They want people who create value beyond their job description. Initiative is seeing something broken, stepping toward it, and doing something no one asked you to do. Impact is proving what happened because you act. Your story should always answer the question, so what? If you improved a process, what changed? If you built something, what did it unlock? And if you led something, what happened next? It's not about working hard, it's about working in a way that moves the business forward. Now, skill number 3 is emotional intelligence. EQ is your ability to read people, read a room, and manage your reactions under pressure. AdComs look for stories where you navigated tough personalities, or resolved conflicts among your team, or handled feedback from a manager, or influenced skeptics. They're looking for maturity and self-awareness, because here's the truth. No MBA program wants to admit the smartest jerk in the room. EQ is what separates future leaders from future problems. I once had a teammate who was very nervous about their role on the team. After asking them more questions, I learned that they had a very toxic relationship with their past manager. And that made them very weary of management moving forward. And so I, as his new manager, took the time to understand these issues, and it helped me speak to the issues more directly and ultimately help this person perform at a higher level within the team. Skill number 4 is teamwork and collaboration. Top programs run almost everything through teams. Cases, projects, global immersions, even competitions. They want proof that you can work with people who think, act, and operate differently from you. The best stories here come from your experiences with teams in conflict, or deadlines falling apart, or cross-functional messiness that you've had to manage in the past. Situations where you kept the group together or pulled it back on track. These type of stories and experiences show leadership and collaboration. And skill number 5 is communication. This is the glue that holds everything together. Communication shows up everywhere. It shows up in your essays, your resume, your interview, and your recommendations. Recently in my career, I presented a strategy update to our CEO and several VPs. My first draft was overloaded with details, charts, nuances, everything. My manager pulled me aside and told me that senior leadership doesn't want the journey. They want the decision and the outcome. After hearing that feedback, I cut 70% of the detail and rebuilt the story around 3 strategic points. The meeting went smoothly, alignment was immediate, and that was when I really understood the difference between informing your peers and influencing your executives. That's the type of communication MBA programs are looking for. Now, you may be thinking, where do I actually present these skills? Well, think about it. When you have your resume, highlight behavior, not tasks. In your essays, tell 1 to 2 deep stories that show growth and impact. For your recommendations, choose people who witnessed your best moments. And during that all-important interview, bring your stories to life using the STAR framework. Your GMAT score opens the door, but these 5 skills get you invited to sit down. Leadership, initiative, emotional intelligence, collaboration, and communication are what's AdComs that you'll succeed in school and long after graduation. Top schools aren't admitting numbers. They're admitting future leaders. People like you, if you can show them the right stories. And if you want to learn exactly how to turn these stories into high-impact interview answers, then watch my video next on the 3-story MBA interview framework. In that video, I break down the STAR framework. I'll show you how to take everything we talked about today and turn it into interview responses that actually get you accepted. I'll see you in the next video.